Hi, Dakshin. Welcome to 26 Ideas Inspiration Series. Thank you so much for being with us to have this fun conversation.
Thank you, Vinay. How are you doing? It's great to be here.
We're
Thank you so much for inviting. How are things at your
doing
end?
very lovely. Couldn't complain. Having fun. The best part about this is you get to talk to so many people, listen to their stories, and have fun in the process, right? So,
Absolutely.
I think I'm in a very cool position.
Very cool.
All right, for everyone, this is Dakshin. He's the co-founder and brand strategist at Ethinos Digital. But outside that, he's also a creative entrepreneur, a creator entrepreneur with passion for Web3 and Snickers. So interesting combinations, and we'll try and unpack some of that in the next few minutes. So if you're ready, Dakshin, I'm going to start firing away.
Let's go.
First set of questions.
Sure.
All right. You've been in digital marketing for over 15 years. What's the craziest campaign idea a client has actually said yes to?
Yes to. Okay, we get a lot of no's to. That's
Yeah,
that's the interesting bit of it. Most of the most craziest ideas, you sit in the brainstorming session and always wonder, this would have been such a cool campaign. And when you're in the creative field, you always feel your idea is the best, right?
agreed.
Regardless of what anyone criticizes or thinks it's not a brand fit. But the coolest stories also lie in where we kind of see light to those ideas, and then we're so proud of seeing those at one point of time. So there's this brainstorming session I remember with my colleague who's the vice president of the company, and Dhananjay and I were like brainstorming for a campaign for the World Cup last year, and
Okay.
the brand was it's into Desi Chinese brand called as Chinese Wok, and we were continuously thinking in terms of something fresh that needs to come out during the World Cup, because we weren't really sponsors at that point of time, and how can we still get like the momentum going with something creative. I remember going to Chennai, and it was a very last minute because September's I'm in Chennai for theater events, and Dhananjay and I were connecting when I was in the hotel room, and I'm like, dude, we need to crack this in the next 15 minutes, and let's go there. Let's run with a good idea.
Awesome. So from building Pixelated Egg, which is a journey you started, to becoming part of Ethinos, what was the biggest oh damn moment in that journey?
Oh damn, with regards to regret, or oh damn with regards to saying, oh damn, I didn't expect that to come.
Well, I'll take both actually.
Look, actually, the interesting bit is it's different journeys. It's
Yeah.
actually very interesting journeys, because 6 years ago when I started Pixelated Egg, there was no roadmap to where this was going. I left my job. I was very kicked up about starting something of my own. Wanted to be as creative as possible. Put in a bunch of friends who we worked with in previous organizations like iProspect and Lintas coming together, making a solid team. But at that point of time, we were still small. At the end of the day, till 6 years, we were a team member of 30, working with some good names out there, doing some creative work. That pace, I think, the oh damn moment came in when we stepped into Ethinos, and we got
Yeah.
the whole story of 110 clients right there, and all big names. So the oh damn moment was, you could say, it was great in terms of building something, to then moving into a role which said, now let's do some kick-ass stuff with big brands, with big names there. You get the access there and start doing something.
Yeah. You won many awards in the journey, like top 30, under 30, and the Digipreneur of the Year. To being honest to yourself, do these accolades open doors, or they look good on the shelf, or they just shine on LinkedIn?
It's very interesting, Vinay, and I'm glad you bring this question up, because a lot of people are in different stages in life.
Correct.
And you used a nice word called validation in the previous question. At that point of time, I think in the career journey where you are, a validation is important for your own personal motivation. It's more self motivation, right? At that point of time, when you're looking for better career opportunities, or you're looking to build your own personal brand at the end of the day, these are great names to be put beside
Yeah.
on your portfolio and talk about LinkedIn. then you reach at a stage where maybe these are not necessary for you, right? So at the stage that I am in my life, maybe these don't fascinate me anymore. If you put some other motivation to it with my new hobbies into saying, like, for example, a podcast, and you say the best podcaster of the year, that would be a new validation and motivation for me rather
That's
than
today's need. That's today's need, and that was then's need, huh?
yeah, absolutely. So that's the stage that you are in life.
Moving to the next set of questions, but very interesting one, which I don't know how many people actually know this about you. And I met you at over the last 3 or 4 years, and I don't think it was still recent that I discovered four different things that you really like, and they're least connected to what you've done in your life:
Yeah,
NFTs, sneakers, AR, VR, and Web3.
yeah.
You've always, it seems now, stayed ahead of trends in hindsight, but you've always been part of this. How do you spot what's hype versus what's actually the next big thing?
So this all consolidates to one belief that I have, and this is something that I pass to the younger generation as well. And I believe always that it's okay to be a jack of all trades and master of none. The definition of
Fair.
none there works great because that allows you to learn a lot more than what you are doing at this point of time. So you actually discovered four. There's more than that. I was also an author at some point in time. I was in
Oh, wow.
theater, continue to be in theater. So these are certain things that would come in life because I meet people. Like you started this whole conversation about meeting people over this platform and talking to them.
Exactly.
Everything in my life has revolved around an interest picked from someone I met who spoke about it so fascinatingly or passionately that, hey, why can't I explore this? So there might be 10, 15 things that someone must have told me, and out of which 4 or 5 of them have stuck to me. We moved 6 months to 6 months.
We're gonna do another session with you for sure on Snickers, because that's a very interesting one, and that space has evolved, right? And now it's all about collectibles and valuing them. It's no longer utility. I mean, yes, people did collect shoes, but now the whole sneaker culture, and even in a market like India, is evolving. So my elder daughter, 15, is collecting sneakers. Maybe not as much as you have, but she has a few. But it's amazing to see, how people are valuing things and collecting things with a purpose rather and interest, right, versus just buying.
True.
If you had to explain sneaker culture to your grandma, how would you do it?
I was actually in a very interesting conversation trying to make someone not the age of grandmom, but almost at the age of my mom, yesterday, trying to make them understand this concept. My dad interestingly asked last week, saying, what are you going to do with so many sneakers? Why are you collecting them? So it's a daily conversation that leads. NFTs, same thing happened. People started asking, why are you doing this? Why are you spending millions of rupees or thousands of rupees buying a digital JPEG? So I've been in the crux of this conversation since 5 years, and that's the beauty of it. You said grandma. I still feel there's also a generation now, right? This generation, my generation, the millennials and Gen Z is also trying to figure out why. Like, what is it that the sneakers? Why is there the hype for sneakers, right? The yesterday's conversation was very interesting, where I connected food and sneakers as another concept. So
I want to hear that.
Yeah, so sneakers, a lot of artists today are getting into collaboration with food. So if you notice, Comet as a brand just launched sneakers with Naru noodles, noodle bar, which is in Bangalore, and everyone's like, dude, it comes in a ramen packet, and the sneakers can be with chopsticks and all those kind of things. It's a bizarre collectible at the end of the day. But someone asked me, why would someone wear this, right? It's not to wear, it's to collect.
It's to collect, yes.
It's to collect, right? Now, the food and sneakers have a lot in common. A lot of artists are getting into food-related conversation. Like Vandy got in the ice cream collection, where he launched 2 sneakers called as Banana Split and Strawberry. And then you got a lot of brands like these which are integrating food as a conversation.
I would agree, because somebody like me who's passionate about food would pay any money to have food at various places. Maybe not Snickers yet, but food for yes. But I agree with you that it's what interests you and what story it leaves behind, right? To share.
Absolutely.
Imagine if you had to pitch yourself as a brand. What would be your tagline? And in brief, what would be the tagline?
Wow. So very interesting. I've started creating content about sneakers these days, and sneakers is the same thing for me. For a personal branding, I was looking for a tagline that actually talks about my life and resonates with sneakers, right? So I've started building content and ending all of them with saying "Stay laced." This is what I say.
Oh, I love it.
Stay
Yeah,
laced.
I hope you can trademark Stylist because the domain and the brand and the Instagram, it's very
Yeah,
powerful.
it is.
Awesome. Thank you. We're gonna move to the next one. This is the fun. It's called the rapid fire. 5 questions. You're
Superb.
not gonna have time to think. You're gonna give the first straight answer that comes to your mind.
Yeah,
Okay?
let's go.
All right. NFTs or Snickers? Which obsession is more expensive?
NFTs are more expensive for sure.
A campaign which you wish you would have done. Dumb ways to die or Nike's just do it.
Wow. A lot of people talk about just do it. I would actually pick dumb ways to die because it's very it's not the obvious.
AR VR pitch or traditional billboard pitch? Which one excites you more?
AR, VR, AI, anything tech excites me.
Yeah. Who's your dream collab in the sneaker world? That if you had to choose one, I think I know the answer, but who's your dream collab in the sneaker world?
Ooh, who do you think it is?
I think it's DJ Khaled, right? I would at least put that.
DJ Khaled is amazing. I mean, that's one individual I want to personally meet and just explore his collection of 10,000 sneakers that he sits by.
Yeah.
But from an artist perspective, if you ask me, there's an artist called as Takashi Murakami. Murakami is brilliant in his own space. He's into the NFT world. There was a Nike collaboration with him for sneakers as well. A pretty interesting character persona in himself, 60 plus, long beard, long hair, is beautiful the way he portrays his art. That's one of the artists I would definitely love to have his mind put into my sneakers.
Thank you, Dakshin. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Lovely,
I
great.
think we can unpack you more in the subsequent conversations, especially when it comes to NFT and sneakers. A lot is misunderstood in India, at least when it comes to Web3 and crypto and NFTs. I think things are changing. It is a piece of art. You can collect it, especially NFTs, right? You can even create it, and be in that space. So, but thank you again for a wonderful conversation. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Absolutely, Vinay. Lovely questions again. This kind of makes you think in all the interests that you have, especially when you have 4 or 5 different interests. It goes back to touching each one of them. Lovely questions. Thank you so much. I had a great time on the show, and I look forward for more conversations.